On her first Rolling Stone cover in 1999, Britney Spears is lying on her bed in her underwear holding a Teletubby. It's an image that would create an instant controversy over its portrayal of the then 17-year-old Spears as a Lolita figure of middle-aged men's dreams. 12 years later, photographer David LaChapelle recalled the night of the shoot when Spears stripped down to her underwear, much to the shock of her manager, who insisted on knowing what was going on. She went, "Yeah, I don't feel comfortable," LaChapelle said. "At first I felt betrayed. But as soon as he walked out," Britney said, "locked the door, and unbuttoned her shirt wide open." It's an image that encapsulates much of the controversy animating Spears's career. There is an indelible sense of control, a 17-year-old girl who wanted to take control of her own sexuality, mixed with an element of exploitation that now seems obvious. This question of who is really in control still hovers over Spears's career, and it is inextricably related to our desire to truly know her. For a figure who has been so relentlessly covered, she is impossibly elusive, constantly hidden behind layers of industry and media projection. During the height of Spears's career, she was often thought of as a mindless puppet controlled by the pop machine. In this conception, she had no say over her image. All Spears did was act out decisions made by others. One of the most interesting things about Framing Britney Spears, the new documentary about her, is that it pushes back against this narrative. The documentary, the 6th episode of the New York Times Presents, stresses that Spears did indeed have control during this stage of her career. Decisions about her performances went through her. She came up with the concepts for some of her most iconic music videos, and by her 4th album, 2003's In the Zone, she had songwriting credits on more than half of her songs. This narrative is appealing in its own way. For one, it grants Spears an autonomy that she has continuously been denied. It also acknowledges how much of her success was not because of some pop machine, but because of her own charisma, personality, and creativity. As the story of the 1999 Rolling Stone cover shows, however, neither of these narratives are completely true. Spears did have far more control over her music, appearance, and performances than she has been given credit for. And Framing Britney Spears is overdue in pointing this out. But just as we should acknowledge the control Spears did have, it's also important to note what she never really had any control over: her public image as filtered through the media. Spears would later say in 2003 that she felt like she was tricked by LaChapelle, that she was 16, sick, and didn't really know what the hell she was doing. In this particular story, Spears's control, her desire to be more sexy in her image, doesn't mean that she wanted the Lolita image that the photos presented.